Hi, I'm Brett. Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with. I'm joined by two students here. If you guys want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Kazi. So I'm currently doing placement at the University of Huddersfield as a business school as a finance assistant, and my course is International Business BA Honours.
Yep, my name is Omar. I am a final year engineering student. I'm just done. I did my placement at Red Bull Powertrains, which is a division of Red Bull Racing, the Formula One team, and I was doing mechanical design. And I just finished in July 2023, which is nearly a year now.
Well, first of all, congratulations on finishing your studies.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully, all goes well on that end. But both very different placements, but very technical as well. I couldn't even pretend to understand what it is that you do in your roles. But I guess, Kazi, do you want to start with what your placement is?
So I'm doing finance assistant role for the business school. So my day-to-day tasks are to look on the budgets, making reports, and doing the travel claims for academics and students as well. And I just go through. I do some extraordinary stuff, with extra stuff like weekly newsletter for School of Business and Education, and these are the mainly I'm doing right now.
Cool. And do you think that's helped in any way to understand your
Yes,
course?
it does. It does. It's really helped me. It's just broadened my idea about how working in a professional level is, and it's brought a lot of confidence in myself, and it's just helping me to organize and structure my future after my graduation, what I'm looking forward to. And I think speaking to my manager and other colleagues and having a good network, I'm, I think I'm on a edge on deciding what I'm gonna do after my graduation. So
Yeah,
since
it's very. I think that's one of the things we kind of overlook when we're doing placements. You can
yes,
look into what you want to do. I'm on placement currently doing international marketing. It's not something I'd ever considered myself doing,
yeah,
but I got to test out the waters and I ended up loving it. So it's definitely good at providing that kind of insight. Omar,
Yep.
you've obviously finished your placement now and continuing your
hmm
studies. So wondering if you could talk about what you did on your placement and how that helped when you came back for your final year.
Yeah, so I did mechanical design for powertrains, internal combustion engines to be exact, during my placement. I started out with bottom end designs. I was just doing mostly or helping out with piston design, con rods, crankshafts, sort of stuff. And it was very nice. I learned quite a lot from that, and then I moved on to do some fluids engineering, so working on oil pumps, water pumps, and stuff. And that was nice. That was very enjoyable. A lot to learn, like quite a lot. The learning curve initially was quite severe, but I think it's definitely changed who I am, both personally and technically as well. You know, there's a lot of skills that you get, not just technical skills, but soft skills like communication, decisiveness, discipline, and all that. It's a lot of skills that I've gained from placement, and it's helped me when I came back as well because I kind of know where my strengths and weaknesses are. So that helped me choose my final year projects and to do some design work as well. So brake system design for my final year project on the former student car. And that went quite well because obviously I'd done a lot of design work during my placement and analysis. So I think it definitely helped in my studies. And then outside of studies, I kind of know where I want to go there. Like after I finish, I know which industry I want to be. I want to stay in motorsport. I want to do some design work and then maybe move into operations or management type of thing. But yeah, it helps you understand the structure of things as well. And I think it's definitely a must do for anyone who's doing their the degree.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's um, definitely a learning experience, and like you said, the learning curve is quite big. Do you think? How do you feel in terms of support on placement? Obviously, you had the learning curve.
Yep.
And did you feel like you had a learning curve with
yeah.
yours?
It does. It does. It's first of all, as a starter, I was not expecting to have more involvement with Microsoft Excel, and as a finance, so you have to get more involved on Microsoft Excel and stuff. And this is one thing that I have developed throughout my placement. And I, on my free time, normally I used to do LinkedIn Learning as well, which is another important one that helped me to learn, uh, for example, finance, accounting, and stuff. So my managers and everyone has been showing me the right genre where I can pick and help myself to grow up. And yeah, that's been the case. And support reason, I have been got support from as my colleagues, uni as well, and also from the placement team. So to be honest, it hasn't been like that much a hectic or any kind of struggle that I've been through. But anything, if I have any queries to make, I always ask my team colleagues, and if something that related to I need to ask the business placement team, then I always contact them and I get always my answers and queries done.
Nice.
And then I guess obviously placements are very competitive fields, just like any job, I guess.
Yep.
But how could you maybe talk a bit about the process of applying for placements? Any support you might have got, kind of how you approach that?
My placement, I'd say, was extremely competitive. The placement I applied for was I think maybe more than 20,000 people applied overall at Red Bull, and obviously getting there was quite a challenge. It's all about obviously the qualifications you've got, but it also has to do with the support, as you've mentioned before, that I got from the placement unit. So before I came to the UK, I had no idea what placements are because we don't really do it back home. And then as I talked to people, I figured out what a placement is, and they could do placements in really big companies and Formula One teams and stuff. And then as I finished my first year, I just had a chat with the placement unit early on, so sort of July, August time, because I know Formula One teams usually push them out quite early. They don't really wait, so they want to catch people off guard because they want to get the least number of people to apply. So I'd finished my CV by September, cover letter as well. I had no idea what a CV should look like and what's the best way to make it. Did a CV, send it back and forwards, and we made sure that my CV looks absolutely best. Cover letter, same thing as well. And then for the application itself, there was 4 different interviews, and I just had a mock interview with the placement unit, and that helped me sort of get in the rhythm of what an interview is, and not being too nervous. And yeah, I just finished out there and got it. But yeah, it was definitely a very competitive thing. You have to look at your qualifications, but it's not just all about qualifications. This person's going to be sitting next to you for 8 hours a day, if not a lot of times more. So they want to be someone that you get along with, and they can tell from the interview that you're someone that they think they can get along with, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I think CVs was probably the hardest part for me. It's so hard to build a CV, but the placement team, they probably saw my face a lot in the time I was applying.
Yeah.
And then even the interviews, doing the mock interviews with placement. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Omar as well, because when I came here, I'm from Bangladesh, I'm an international student. So when I came here, I wasn't really sure what placement is, if there's something called placement or sandwich here. So I came to know from my friends and teachers, and that's something I got interest quite late. But then I was like, if I do it, it will really help me and boost my confidence, importantly, for my future career. And as like everyone, I've been to business placement school, and then went with my CV, tried to make the best out of it, and with cover letter as well. And I had like 3 stages. So first one is the application, and then you call for like an interview, and then you have to give like an assessment test. It depends on many. So for me, it was like an assessment, which was like a questions or situation questions. And after that, after the interviews and all, I got the call. And mostly when I spoke to my manager later on, like what made me to stand out among the other interviews, and what he mentioned was like I was quite professional, even though I have the qualifications. And so it's really important how you communicate with other people and in a professional manner, and those things which really catch his eyes, and it made myself easier to get the placement, secure the placement. So yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can obviously tell you're enjoying it. I have just one last thing to talk about. I realise you've both kind of mentioned it, and it's something I think we overlook, but the word placement, we have so many different terms for it. You mentioned placement, and then obviously we call it sandwich year as well. and an internship, I guess it's very like I guess when I was first hearing about them, I thought it'd be maybe office work and you start making the coffee for the people that are doing the real work.
Yeah.
Definitely something that scared me, but in my experience, and please tell me if it is what your experience as well, you actually do get quite a lot of responsibilities and opportunities.
Absolutely.
You're not making the coffee. I'm
No.
not making the coffee for anyone except for myself.
Yeah.
And you are kind of someone that's in that work. You are kind of treated as a staff member. For me, is that the case for you too?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's one thing because until you, this is why I think the placement whole model was designed so that student can have early access to the professional uh, situation, how they can manage themselves. And for me, it was absolutely the same. In fact, funny enough, like my colleagues sometimes offer me, "Oh, do you want some coffee? We'll get some coffee for you." So yeah, but in general, like it really helps, as I say, the confidence and how to work in a professional manner, and the task and jobs I get, it's as equal as any other. Like I play as a team player, not just because I'm a placement student, so they will ignore me or something like this. So yeah, and apart from this, I always try myself to get best out of it because it's after all, it's a learning year. So I will, like everyone is, like before trying I was scared, like, oh, what if I make mistake, will I be sacked or something? But nothing like this. You will do, you will learn, and everyone is here to help you out. And at the end of the day, you have to push yourself to what you are looking for exactly and how you want to achieve it. So very important, communication is important, networking is important, and get involved in tasks and projects, which will really help you to gain more experience and working in a different situation for different tasks. So yeah.
Yeah,
What
no, I
about you?
completely agree. There's nothing more to add really. I mean, he's done it all, but I think yeah, as you said, it's all about you becoming a full-time staff member. I when I first joined, I was treated as a full-time engineer. I was just thrown into it, and I was given a part to design straight away, and yeah, I did struggle, and um, it did give me limited training, but I feel like sometimes you have to learn by being thrown into it. And yeah, you do need guidance just to keep you on the tracks, and I'll do this, do that, but you treat it as a full-time engineer. They would just say, what would you do? What would there's always a fresh set of eyes, a fresh set of individuals that want to contribute. That you want to be there to learn. You're there to learn, so it's easy to make mistakes, and it's absolutely fine, as you said. As long as obviously you don't repeat those mistakes, and you learn from your mistakes. That's the main thing. But you are treated as a full-time staff member. Yeah, you are a placement student, and your responsibilities could be a little bit less than a full-time engineer or a junior engineer, but that still doesn't mean that you don't get enough tasks. I was submerged in tasks all throughout placement, and with quite important stuff as well. Quite a lot of important projects that went on the engine. So it just makes you feel as that you're appreciated, or that you're there to actually contribute to something. You're not there, as you said, to just be a T-boy or something.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, absolutely no, it is quite important.
Definitely. Well, I think I've got everything that I had planned. Good luck with the rest of it, and hopefully you enjoy the rest of your
Thank you
placement.
so much. And
Good luck with your graduation.
Yeah, thank you.
And whatever you choose to do next.
Thank
But
you.
that's all from us today. So thank you. It's bye for now, but be sure to join us for our next episode.